International Glass Man. I'm back with another episode. Real Spitters TV, Real Spitters Radio, RealSpitters.com. Holla at your boy. You already know. It's been a minute. However, this corona thing got us sitting back, trapped, as we can pretty much say right now. We trapped because the powers that be chose to put whatever in the air, purposes of population control, then at the same time want to cause a panic, whereas if we look at it in all honesty and we start talking about conspiracy theories and things like that, what's the real reason for this pandemic is the question. What are they up to? What are they manipulating the people into? See, because now we can play sheep and just be led to the slaughter. Or we can pretty much listen to what's being presented to us through news media outlets, social media outlets, and pay attention. While at the same time, we look up certain things for ourselves, because as we know, certain viruses are either created or passed on through things we ingest, as far as the things we eat, drink. The common cold. There's no cure for the common cold. It has to pass. And we already know mucus is one of the things that bacteria sticks to. Viruses stick to. They look for that mucus to hang around and flow throughout the rest of your body. However, the one thing I've learned, if we can keep the level of mucus in our bodies at a low level, we are less accessible to catching different types of viruses, because there's nothing for it to cling to, nothing for it to hold on to. So when we have the sniffles and things like that, and that mucus, we automatically got to shoot that out of our body. We can't let that stuff hang around in our body, because that's what bacteria clings to. So we got to get all of that out of our bodies. Then I've come to learn that steam is another thing that helps to get bacteria out of the body through your pores. You sweat it out. And then they gave us these remedies over social media. And if you look them up, pull it up through Google, and you look for the herbal remedies, you find out there's certain things you can do herbally to get rid of certain bacteria and viruses. They said you cut up oranges, take the peels, lemons, bananas, stuff like that. You boil it, and you create the steam and the vapor, and you cover yourself up with this vapor. It's like something like Vicks Vapor, and it helps to pull all that bacteria and virus and things out your body, because we know viruses can't live under certain heat conditions and certain cool conditions. We know viruses like in the Antarctic viruses can't live there. Places like Florida, tropics, it's too hot. Virus can't live there. So it hangs around in places where the climate, it readjusts itself. Go through spring, fall, different. So it can hang around in those climates. However, in certain climates, those bacteria, those viruses can't hang out. Once we know those things, we got to be very careful. Then at the same time, we got to be careful in who we come in contact with. Because through perspiration, things like that, open sores, you can contract certain viruses from different people. Somebody sneezes on you, cough on you, certain viruses, because you got things like hepatitis and stuff like that. However, like I said, if you can contain the amount of mucus that's in your body, you stand a better chance as to not catching so many different things. So you got to learn these remedies, these alkalines and different things to kind of combat that. Now, we got to also take into consideration the fact that with these vaccinations, you have to be real careful because they're actually shooting a virus in you just so your body can build up the antibodies to defend against certain things, right? So you gotta be extra careful as to what you go into these hospitals and let them inject you with, because you don't really know what's in that vial, what they're injecting in you. Then I see that they did with this New World Order thing, they're trying to figure out ways to start chipping people. Be careful, people. Be careful to what you let yourself believe. Be careful to what people are promoting and their reasoning for promoting it. Question everything. Question everything. Don't be so trusting of people who's been actually harming you for centuries. Don't be so trusting to those people because they've never meant you any good. And if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself in a bad situation. All I say to my people, be careful, be aware, ask questions. And understand that those liars that's been lying to you for centuries are still lying. And they will do anything to keep the upper hand and stay in control. We already see that the melanated people don't really mean much. And until we start looking at one another and be more concerned about the well-being of one another, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Because everybody see you already. We're open to everything because we can't even figure out how to work together. So if we're our own enemies, we become the enemy of everybody else. Think about that. Think about that. Seriously. If we continue to really hate on each other, the rest of the world's going to follow suit. Think about it. Pace.